What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here, back with another video. Yes, I've heard the comments, Omar, get a tan. And I got a quick hack for you today. It's called Just Wear White. Your boy's tan, I'm ready, summer's here. Most of you, unless you live in California, in which case gyms I heard are opening in 2026, you probably have access to gyms. We don't want to change the fundamentals. We want to tweak them, however, in order to optimize them for what our goals are. And we're talking today about the dips, because I think the dip doesn't get enough love. And previously, before I dropped 315 on my chest 8 years ago, I used to do a lot of dips, but then I started getting some sternum pain. But I wasn't gonna let that stop me, so I figured it out. I have some great tips right now how to turn a dip into I would say an astonishingly effective tricep and chest exercise. And here's what I mean. We need to master the fundamentals. So we're not gonna rewrite anything. If anyone's like, yo, I want that one weird trick, this ain't the fucking channel for you, son. What we wanna do, however, is make sure we're mastering the basics. And a lot of people get the dip wrong, or any calisthenic movement, any bodyweight movement. And here's what I mean. You wouldn't line up to a squat when people are like, this is how they do the dip essentially. They go to the squat, and then all of a sudden, when they start doing it, they just start quarter repping it like this, right? This is your pull-up, right? This is your dip right here. You're like, I'm fucking crushing it, bro. I'm fucking crushing it, bro. And you're just doing basically body weight, like 50 reps. Do you think that's gonna build muscle? Or do you think a clearly methodical plan, progressive overload over time? And a few of the big mistakes, I'd say, in what we're gonna tweak, we want full range of motion, we wanna emphasize the particular muscles, and we wanna change how we do the dip ever so slightly to bring out the pecs, popping pecs right here. And all it's going to be, if you want the short summary, like, yo dog, I don't got 2 minutes, Pornhub, it's loading right now, I got barely 30 seconds. It's okay. What we wanna do essentially is make sure chest is up, and we're gonna actually elevate, retract, and then depress the shoulders. So from here, chest is popped up so that when we do the dip, watch this. A lot of people sunken chest, okay? You gotta be proud here. Instead, they're like this, like, oh, we're gonna do the dip. And it's like this. We've all seen that guy, right? Dipping like this. So first, short and range of motion, so they're not really getting the tricep, and also because they're not opening up their sternum, not opening up the chest, they're de-emphasizing it, right? So we go from the muscle, like think about it, if we're to bench press and we're bench pressing like this, is that as effective as shoulders retracted, pecs nice and open? Now we can really work on that contraction? Ish, don't think so. So what we wanna do when it comes to the dip, think about almost the bottom portion, kind of like a cable fly, where you're bringing it down and together. We all know this, right? Cable flies, of course you do chest flies. Why wouldn't you? It's Friday night. And what you want to do is you want to bring it down and together. That's almost the motion. We even see the pec right here when we bring it like so. When we're pressing, one of the functions, bringing the arm closer to the midline. And so from here, we're bringing it down, and that's why it's angled like this. We want to make sure it's open and not closed like this. So open and down. Okay. And that's why I don't want to get it twisted, but because a lot of people right now don't have access to gyms, bodyweight movements are astonishingly effective. And they've shown that with the literature. We had that episode, I'll link in the description, Iron Culture. Shout out to my boy, Eric Helms, a review of the hypertrophy literature. We're training at least at 30 to 40% in 1 rep max. You can't get them gains. So a belt is great. I love using a belt on the, the pull-up, the dip. But when you get a 3 plates with one of these things, it can get a little janky. I think it should be always a 2-pronged approach when it comes to bodyweight calisthenic movements. 1, master the basics and try and get better and more repetitions, and then 2, get stronger. But you don't do one and not the other. And I would say a lot of people, they kind of just phone it in for dips. Yeah, dog, like I did the bench press, I did a little like pec fly, whatever. I'll just do like 3 sets of 10 on the dip. That's not what it's about. So let's have that intentionality that we want when we want to build muscle. And here's what we're gonna do. A short summary is we're gonna get that retraction going on, so chest is up, real estate is up. We're gonna go as low as comfortable. We're gonna pause a little bit to feel that pec in the stretch, so in the pec. And here's what I want you to think when you do it. Bring it down and try and feel that stretch in the pec, and then we're gonna blast it up, squeezing here, and then also the top, tricep right there. We don't have the horseshoe yet, but we're working on it, so check this out. So the set will actually look like this. So we get lined up. I personally prefer a slightly more narrow grip, so inside of shoulder width, personal preference. Cool. So I'll select here, and from here, we're gonna elevate, retract, down. See, chest is up. We're here to party. Now we're gonna unrack, and we're gonna make sure, you can lean forward, but you just gotta make sure you don't cave in. And from here, coming down, chest, hold that contraction. I can already feel, because I did some demonstration sets before this, some tension, and then bring it up and squeeze really tight. And here's the thing, if you do it correctly and you squeeze at the top, not only some people, you know, it's easier to feel that contraction on the tricep, you'll start to feel it in the pec. Now we're working more muscles. Smart. And I actually have to give a shout out to Mike Israetel. I saw on his Instagram, he's one of the few people when he does dips or when he coaches it, full range of motion, contracting those muscles, and I like how he does dips. So that's what we want to do. All the movements, remember, think about the squat analogy right there. You could do 100 repetitions, quarter squat on the dip. Oh bro, I crushed my PR, I broke it. Or we could load up 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plates, get stronger over time, full range of motion. What would be better on the squat? Just think about it. 50 reps with the bar, quarter repping it, or maybe 15 ATG repetitions of the squat, time under tension. So let's just break it down one final time for everyone. We're like remedial class. I need those notes again. I got you. So here, we're gonna make sure chest is up. How do we do that? We're retracting, right? Almost think like the bench press, and it's like a pec fly down, what we wanna do. So here, tension on the pec, on the tricep. You can cross your legs if you want. I feel it already here. Chest is up, so we're not caved in, and we're gonna blast it up. So here, up as opposed to down. And you see that? I can actually feel immediately, and that's one of the cues. Because of the 315 bench dropping on my chest, if I don't do my dips correctly, I'll get some of that sternum pain. And so you wanna make sure we're open the whole time. And the last tip maybe is go with your range of motion, and it'll get better with time. And here's what I mean. If you go down there and you start kind of cheating and caving in, I really don't think that's optimizing anything. Over time, you'll notice, like the squat, you go lower more comfortably. The bench press, better form. It's one of those things where we're self-organizing machines. It's just what happens. So go to where you're comfortable. I'd say at least parallel, so make sure you're at 90 degrees, and then build from there. So don't think you have to go as low as what I said. Anyways, I gotta get out of here. Can you believe they're kicking me out of here, man? Can you fucking believe this? Oh, it's early. That's in the morning, right? We don't train at night. If you like these videos, if you're like, damn, I'm learning some tips I can apply, because once again, we're in a post-apocalyptic world. Gyms are not opening, so you gotta make do. You can make progress. And I want everyone to achieve all the goals that they want. Make sure to like this damn video. Leave me a comment below. When we did the overhead press video, people were like, oh, that helped me out. Oh, shit. And thank you so much for watching the video. And I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace. Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your fucking vegetables.